Hello, this is Inspiration 9. This is going to be my review on the Suicide Squad film. So if you haven't seen it yet, because obviously it's only been out for a couple of days, I went and saw it Sunday with my wife and my friend. If don't want to get spoiled, or you haven't seen it yet, because like I said, then you've just fresh in the cinemas, I suggest you turn away from this video. I'll give you about 5 minute chance to turn away starting from now. And hello, obviously, so if you stayed, you've seen the film. First of all, I'd like to say I went into the cinema knowing what to expect, because I've obviously watched the Arrow show on the CW net, the Arrow show on Sky, and they did do a Suicide Squad storyline on that. Obviously, Deadshot was one of them people. Again, Quintana, she wasn't in the Suicide Squad, but they have done a storyline on her on Arrow as well. And I've known from comics, obviously, and I also know from Emergency Awesomeness. He's a very good channel. Big up to him for supporting him. He does a lot of comic book stuff. He knows his stuff, so I watch him quite a lot and enjoy his videos, so I know from that. So I went into the cinema, obviously know him, what to expect really. I like the beginning of the film. I like how they set each character up. It's obvious Deadshot and Harley Quinn were going to be the main people of the Suicide Squad, the main focus, because they probably had the biggest actors playing them for one, and they're the most popular and the most known ones. But I like how they got introduced in the beginning of the film. I even got introduced all the characters. I like how Katana got introduced in the film as well, like she was the protector of Rick Flag. I like Rick Flag, how he got introduced. So how they got introduced was amazing, I think. I think it was a very good action-packed film. It's very comical. It's not too dark, which is what you wouldn't expect from the Suicide Squad. It's very comical, very, in your face. I think that Harley Quinn and Deadshot were absolute amazing actors. Will Smith and Margaret, I think Margaret, I think her name was, were amazing actors and actresses. Play those characters, did an amazing job on them. I love Harley Quinn anyway. I think she got brought to life in this film in such a good way. Same with Deadshot, I think he got brought up in such a good way. I think the supporting cast were good as well. Like Kid Croc was okay-ish. I reckon he could have been shined a little more, shown off a little bit more. Same with Diablo. I like the fact that Diablo had a little story, and by the end of the film, he kind of had redemption, because he obviously blew up and killed his family, and that kind of made him into the person he was today, as in he didn't want to fight, and he didn't want to put his fire on because of the damage done to his family. But I like at the end he stepped up, took on the big brother of Enchantress, took him on, kind of stepped up and sacrificed himself to let the bomb go off, so he obviously dies. I really do like Diablo. I think he's the third best actor in there. Like I said, Harley Quinn, I think she's amazing anyway. I love Harley Quinn. I think she should have her own film. And I think she made the film for Suicide Squad along with Joker. Again, Joker. A lot of people are complaining that they didn't like this version of Joker. But to be honest, I did. I think he's more modernised, more in this era, if there was a Joker in this era. Alright, he had a phone and he didn't have the big cut up smile on his face, and he had it as a tattoo on his hand. But I think Jared Leto personally done an amazing job, and I think the Joker was more of this generation. I think he was a good Joker. I wish he had more scenes, but then at the same time I understand why he didn't, because that would have made the film more of a Joker Harley Quinn film, which it wasn't. Amanda Waller, I think she was an amazing actress, and she was portrayed in the right way, because she is a meanie, be a badass, and doesn't take no rubbish from anyone. So I'm glad she was in there, and she kind of forced away and told them what to do. I like the fact they done the bombs in the head, because that is a key part of the Suicide Squad, is they have bombs in the head, so if they do try and escape, like Slipknot they do get blown up and they do die. That's how Amanda controls them. I like Rick Flag's backstory as well. The fact that he was going out with Enchantress, which was the person, not Enchantress, but Cara Delevingne's character, and Enchantress was trying to take over Cara Delevingne's character's body, and she eventually did, and that made her the big baddie of the film. But I like the fact that Rick Flag fell in love with her, and it kind of made it more, you kind of felt for Enchantress in a way. I do believe at the end of the film she should have stayed dead, because obviously they do manage to stop Enchantress, and the end battle was amazing. Deadshot kind of saves it. But I do think Enchantress, Cara Delevingne's character, the good side of her, the good character of her, should have stayed dead, because I think it would have made you feel for Rick Flag even more. I think Rick Flag's done an amazing job, and like I said, his backstory is good. But I think his Cara Delevingne's character's good side of her should have stayed dead, so you could sympathise with him more. As obviously the origins, they kind of done the origin story within the film of Harley Quinn and Joker, which I loved. There was, it's kind of, the main story was simple, a simple plot, as in Enchantress went evil, and then they had to stop her. But then there was a subplot of how Harley Quinn and the Joker met, which I loved, because it's very basic, down to the comic of how they met. Obviously, Harley Quinn jumps in the acid, or whatever it is, and then Joker jumps in with her. I think it's more interesting how they portrayed them in this storyline, because obviously there is comic books where Joker abuses Harley Quinn, but in this he doesn't, and I like that. I think it made it more different, more up to date. What else is there? I think Enchantress was a good baddie, but she could have been changed up a little bit. I think Cara Delevingne done an okay job as acting, but she could have been a better actress in that place. So yeah, overall it's an amazing film, definitely made for the fans. Obviously, when you go and see this film, ignore the criticism, because it has a lot of criticism, a lot of things that obviously the non-DC fans don't like, but just ignore that, because this film is made for the fans and the fans only. If you know the Suicide Squad, know their storyline like I do, or even if you don't, you will go in and enjoy this film. It's an amazing film, and I think it's one of the best films of this year, personally. I think Harley Quinn and Joker should get their own film, and Deadshot. And Katana and all the rest of them, they're as good as backup characters, but obviously the main three that shine was Deadshot, Harley Quinn and Joker. And Amanda Waller's character shines as well, which I'm glad, because that is the main Suicide Squad. Obviously, Harley Quinn dies, gets rescued by Joker at the end of it, which I'm glad she does, because there is one point where Joker gets blown up, Joker's helicopter gets blown up, and you think he's going to die, but he doesn't, which is obviously wouldn't, because he never dies. And he rescues Harley at the end, and obviously Diablo to sacrifice himself for the team, so there will be 2 new Suicide Squad members when a number 2 comes out, which I do really think a number 2 will come out, and I can't wait until it does, because I'll definitely go and see that. So overall, amazing film, go and watch it, especially if you're a DC fan, you will love it. And next video will be a Watch Dogs gameplay video, and I don't know what the next video will be after that, but I am currently writing my wrap up, as you'll see in my last video. I'll show you in this as well, writing it up, so you probably will be a wrap coming in the next 2 weeks, and a Watch Dogs gameplay series video this week. So hope you enjoy. Inspirational 8 out.